Have you ever felt like there is a spark inside you, something waiting to burst out, but you are not sure how to let it free? Or maybe you have convinced yourself that creativity is not for you, that it belongs to artists or geniuses. But what if I told you that creativity is your birthright, that it is not about being perfect, but about being present? And most importantly, what if I told you that you have everything you need to unlock it, right here, right now? Stick with me for the next few minutes because we are diving deep into three powerful truths about creativity. By the end of this, you will have the tools to break through your blocks, reconnect with your inner self, and tap into the magic that is already within you. Ready? Let us go. What is creativity, really? Here is the truth. Creativity is not reserved for painters with brushes, writers typing furiously, or musicians strumming guitars. No, it is so much bigger than that. Creativity is simply the act of bringing something new into existence. That could mean cooking a meal from scratch, solving a problem at work, or even rearranging your living room furniture. See where I am going here. If you have ever had an original thought, made a decision no one else would have made, or tried something different, you have tapped into your creative energy. But let me ask you this. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to create? Not for money, not for applause, not even for anyone else to see, but just for you. Think about it. Somewhere along the way, many of us started believing that creativity is optional. Maybe someone told you once, you are just not artistic. Or maybe life got busy and creating became less important than surviving. Whatever happened, chances are, you stopped seeing yourself as someone who creates. Let us flip that script today, because here is another truth. Creativity is not something you either have or do not have. It is like a muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. And guess what? You already have everything you need to start flexing that muscle right now. Intrigued? Good. So I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. What does creativity mean to you? Is it painting, writing, dancing? Or maybe it is finding joy in little things like how you style your outfit or organize your day. There is no wrong answer here. The key is to redefine creativity on your terms, not society. Now, here is my challenge to you. Over the next few days, try doing one thing purely for the fun of it. Something small, something playful. Maybe doodle while listening to music, take photos of things that inspire you, or experiment with a recipe you have never tried before. Notice how it feels. Does it spark joy, excitement, curiosity? That is your creativity waking up, and trust me, it wants to play. What is stopping you? Let us talk about blocks. The answer lies in something we all deal with but rarely talk about: inner obstacles. These are the invisible walls that pop up between us and our creative potential. They are sneaky, persistent, and often disguised as logic or common sense. But here is the thing: they are not facts. They are just stories we tell ourselves. And guess what? We have the power to rewrite them. Let me ask you this: have you ever had an idea, a small spark of inspiration, that made you think, wow, that could actually work? But then almost instantly another voice chimed in, a harsher voice. Maybe it said, "That is ridiculous. Who do you think you are?" Or, "You will embarrass yourself if you try." Sound familiar? That is your inner critic talking. It is loud, it is convincing, and unfortunately, it is really good at its job. But here is the truth. Your inner critic is not your enemy. It is more like an overprotective friend who means well but does not always know what is best for you. Its job is to keep you safe, to prevent failure, rejection, or vulnerability. The problem is, creativity thrives on taking risks and embracing uncertainty. So when your inner critic steps in, it is actually blocking you from growth. Now I want you to pause for a second. Think about the last time you wanted to create something, anything, but did not. What stopped you? Was it fear of judgment, perfectionism, feeling like you were not good enough? Write it down. Seriously, grab a pen and jot it down right now. Naming these blocks is the first step toward overcoming them. Here is the good news. Once you recognize these obstacles, they lose some of their power. You can start challenging them by asking questions like, is this thought true, or is it just a story I am telling myself? What is the worst that could happen if I tried anyway? Would I say this to a friend who was trying something new? And here is another powerful tool: self-compassion. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, try replacing those thoughts with kinder ones. Instead of saying, I am terrible at this, try, I am learning and every step counts. Trust me, it makes a difference. So, here is your challenge. Over the next few days, pay attention to your inner dialogue. Every time you notice a negative thought about your abilities or ideas, stop and reframe it. Treat yourself like you would a close friend, with patience, understanding, and encouragement. Remember, creativity is not about being perfect. It is about showing up, even when it feels messy or uncertain. And honestly, some of the most beautiful things come out of imperfection. Ready to break through those blocks? Keep going, you are stronger than you think. The soul of creativity, why it feels so deep. Have you ever noticed how creating something, even something small, can make you feel alive in a way that nothing else does? Maybe it is the way your heart races when you are sketching, or how time seems to disappear when you are writing, or even the quiet joy of planting flowers in your garden. There is a reason for that. Creativity is not just about making things, it is about connecting to something deeper within yourself. And sometimes, it feels like you are tapping into something much bigger than you. Let me ask you this: have you ever created something and thought, wow, where did that come from? Like it was not entirely you who came up with the idea, it just flowed through you. That is because creativity often feels like a bridge between our inner world and something greater. Call it inspiration, call it the universe, call it your higher self, it does not matter. What matters is that when we create, we are not just doing, we are being. But here is the thing: many of us have forgotten, or maybe never realized, that creativity is also a form of self-care. Think about it. When you allow yourself to create without judgment, without pressure, you are giving yourself permission to exist exactly as you are. You are saying, I am enough, my voice matters, my ideas have value. And that is powerful stuff. Now I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes if you can and think about a time when you felt truly connected to your creative side. What were you doing? How did it feel in your body? Was it calm, exciting, energizing? Write it down. Seriously, grab a pen and jot it down. This is important because recognizing those moments helps you remember why creativity is worth pursuing, not for results, but for the way it makes you feel. Here is another thought: creativity is not just about producing something tangible. Sometimes it is about tuning into the beauty around you, the way sunlight filters through leaves, the rhythm of rain on the roof, or the laughter of someone you love. These moments remind us that life itself is a work of art, and we are all part of it. So, here is your challenge. Over the next few days, try to notice the art in everyday life. Pay attention to small details that inspire awe or wonder. Maybe it is the way your coffee swirls in your cup, or the sound of birds waking up in the morning. Take a mental snapshot, or better yet, write it down. These little moments are reminders that creativity is not separate from life, it is woven into everything. And finally, remember this: when you create, you are not just expressing yourself, you are also connecting to something universal. You are reminding yourself, and maybe others, that there is magic in the world and you are part of it. Is not that incredible? Keep exploring, keep creating, and most importantly, keep feeling. Because that is where the real magic happens. So, where do you go from here? Start small. Give yourself permission to create without judgment. Celebrate the messy, imperfect moments because they are proof that you are alive, growing, and evolving. And remember, creativity is not a destination, it is a journey. So why not take the first step today? Grab a pen, pick up a brush, or simply sit quietly and notice the art in your surroundings. Whatever you choose, know this. The world needs your unique voice, your ideas, your magic. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and share one thing you will do to reconnect with your creativity. And if you want more tips and inspiration, hit that subscribe button. We are just getting started. Until next time, keep shining your light, because the world is brighter when you do.